here today to announce that a brand new fever world record has been set in the world of electric vehicles by my friends Kent Rathwell and Harvey Soiter in this beautiful Audi e-tron. Over 4 days, 18.5 hours, 7,078 kilometers. This record began in St. John's, Newfoundland, 9:29 a.m. and was completed successfully in Victoria, British Columbia, 11:29 p.m. Friday night.
Sunday, the day before Kent and I leave from kilometer zero. Kent, my co-pilot, is arriving. There's Mel, your chauffeur. Did you get any sleep?
I got 1 to 2 hours, so I'm good to go.
Beautiful view, kitty bitty harbor, kitty bitty beer, great company, and fantastic fish and chips, which I said I would swear I wouldn't eat anymore, but what the hell. We're about to take off on the Marianne's Electric Drive 2.0 EV fast drive. We're going to do our very best to make it to Victoria, BC at mile zero in about 5.5 days. We'll see how we do it. I'm really happy that you're joining me. I can't believe that the founder of the Sun Country Highway, who I needed to make it across the country the first time 2 years ago, is actually accompanying me on this trip. I'm just so happy that you're with me.
Yeah,
I really am.
It's awesome. It's going to be a blast.
We're off. This is the start of the trip.
Right.
Okay. It's 9:29. We're leaving a minute early. And Kent, what do you think?
Pretty exciting.
We're about to head on to, I think it's called Route 2, which leads right into the Trans-Canada Highway. There are 3 reasons for doing this fast EV drive across Canada. First, to cross Canada from BC to Newfoundland, visiting family and friends that I hadn't seen for 2 years due to COVID-19. Second, on my return to drive my EV as fast as possible from one end of the Trans-Canada Highway to the other, setting an EV speed record and showing this is possible with the much improved charging infrastructure that didn't exist just 2 years ago. Third was to continue to raise funds for my late wife's Marianne's favorite charity of supporting Dr. Chris Honey's research for Parkinson's and other brain disorders through the VGH Hospital Foundation. We're about 99 kilometers we've driven so far, and our average speed is 99 kilometers an hour. We don't have quite enough range to make to the first scheduled stop, so we're just going to stop in Clarenville, which is a little bit shorter distance away. We actually took a wrong turn to get on the Trans-Canada Highway. We took the first exit and not the second. That was a bit of a bummer, but we may have lost maybe 4 minutes, that's it.
The Audi's performing beautifully, and Newfoundland's a gorgeous province to travel through, so it's always fun being out here.
Now we got Mel there in the back seat.
I'm the backseat driver.
Right now, my average speed is 93 kilometers per hour. My range is 303 kilometers, and my target is 257 kilometers, so we're totally great. We're heading into Gander. Everybody knows how famous Gander is during 9/11.
9/11 happened 20 years ago.
Community of Gander and surrounding community put up all these people that came off the planes that had to land in Gander because of 9/11, because the air traffic was grounded.
6,800 people, 38 aircraft landed in Gander.
I did interview Tony of Appleton, one of the residents, and opened up his home to 2 of the what they were called so-called plain people, and he offered me a beer. We had a nice chat, and really proved to me, well, I didn't have to really prove, but the people of Newfoundland are just so nice and welcoming and friendly. Just left the charger at Bishop's Falls, and that's going to give us tons of time or tons of power to make it to our next charging stop.
Yeah, well, I couldn't see myself going 5 days sleeping in a car, so I decided to accompany Harvey and support him for Newfoundland and now back to Fredericton.
One of the things that we're talking about is the strategy of the charging. We're going to be on our way to the Port aux Basques, where the ferry is, where we're going to take tonight. You have to be there 2 hours in advance of the 11:45 sailing. I did call the ticket office and told them that we're on this fast EV drive and we want to save time, and we're hoping that we can get, later on so that we can leave later and save some time. So they actually got it and agreed that we're going to boot it as fast as we can down to Porto Basque, and then use all that extra time that are in advance of 11 o'clock. That is the last time that we really should get on the ferry. It'll be all used to charge up, so when we get off the ferry in the morning in Sydney, which arrives around 7, we'll have a fully charged car. These chargers have been amazing. These are put in by ChargePoint, powered by Newfoundland Hydro.
Part of traveling in an EV, which we've been doing for virtually a decade now. When you're traveling and you're in a hurry, you shouldn't leave it to the very last stop before you're out of power, because anything can happen with those EV chargers, from somebody being parked in the spot to the breaker being down to a lawnmower cutting the cord, or a snow plow catching the cord or the cable. We've seen pretty much everything under the sun that could happen to these things, and if you're traveling and you're in a hurry, it's really good to not leave yourself without an extra backup. So it's best to leapfrog the chargers. Take a charge when you can, and then keep going. So it's probably the best word of advice if somebody's under a timeline restraint. There is more level 2s out there now than before. Like when we were electrifying the highways, there really wasn't any other chargers out there. A lot of the times we're the only charger in the whole town or city. It's really important not to leave yourself a backup plan. Most people that have, say, level 2 chargers are pretty accommodating, and they'll let you charge up for free. Some places, like a lot of Best Westerns and most of our other customers, don't really restrict access.
Without your charging network at Sun Country, I wouldn't have been able to make it across the country 2 years ago.
I've never used anybody else's chargers before in my life, right? So he gave me the ChargePoint card, and I went up and I plugged in the car, I tapped it, and it started to charge, and then it said, nope, sorry, charger needs service. So, it's one of those things that that's why you leapfrog and make sure that you always can get to the next charger if the one charger doesn't work. So, but we pulled it out, checked the car, make sure that it was off, reset it, plugged it in the car again, and tapped it, and it did work.
I'm going to do my best to find a big, heavy, fast-moving transport truck for 2 reasons. The number 1 reason is to prevent my car getting smashed by a moose. The other reason is to get a draft, so my efficiency of my car is a bit better. The ferry just docked into North Sydney Harbour for Marine Atlantic. How was your sleep last night?
It was amazing. So
that's the last time we're going to be in a bed. We had to do the checkpoint. We're off the ferry. We had a good night's sleep. We've got a beautiful rainbow on our trip this morning. Okay, this is the Canso Causeway, where we're going to go from Cape Breton, where we just come from, over this narrow crossing where ships usually go, and there's a lock there as well. And now we are in the mainland. We're all about sustainability here on our EV, and we're looking at turbines, wind turbines creating electricity that we get our cars powered by. That's the plan, as well as solar.
Grab some muffins?
Oh, that's awesome, Marisa. Thank you. We're just dropping Mel off, and Marisa is here to pick up Mel.
I have a good reason to stay in Fredericton. So you can travel across the road, you can sleep in the car, you can get a sore butt. Just be careful, stay away from animals, and stay awake.
Right.
We're coming to the first level 3 charger on our trip. It's a Petro-Canada. We're really happy that we're here. We have 2 chargers in front of us.
Not the first level 3.
First level 3, 150 kilowatt. Yeah, baby. Mel was here and he needed a seat, but we now need to have the front seat be reclining. So I'm going to move the spare tire over to the far left of the car behind the driver's seat. This charger is now pumping at 151 kilowatts. That's a record for our trip right now. only been charging for 16 minutes, and we're gonna leave it till 80%. And I'm guessing in about, or actually less than 5 minutes, we'll be at 80%. It's already at 70. Ken said he had to go to the bathroom. He went to the bathroom at the last place and he said he had to go again. So I'm still letting it charge up. While he's in the bathroom, we went from 78% to now 84%. Slows down after 80%, but it's still pumping at 94 kilowatts an hour. And look at the price, $5.75 for 52.3 kilowatts per hour. You gotta love that. We're at 85% now, and Kent better come out of the bathroom because we want to get going. Ken is finally here after coming out of the bathroom, and we charged 5% more. Then, you know, the car's been ready before he's ready. How cool is that? Just over an hour ago, we were looking forward to another great success with Petro-Canada, right?
The third, yeah, the first two are awesome.
First two were awesome, charged super fast, easy to find, you know, like a dream charge, right? Okay.
Totally.
And Rivière-du-Loup, we went to the Petro-Canada expecting the same experience, and we're completely disappointed. The first time we used the number 2 charger didn't work at all, and then the number 1 charger started to work great, and after about, I don't know, 5 minutes, it went from 144 kilowatts per hour down to 34. We actually had a little bit of hail a few kilometers back. We're getting a lot of lightning as well. We're both up. Right now it's 1:13 in the morning. Our next charge point is in Trois-Rivières. We're taking the North Shore route. Well, this route just takes us north, right through Hawkesbury, right through to Ottawa. Well, I think we have about 3,100 kilometers now put on the car since we left St. John's, and we're headed to Sault Ste. Marie. We're in Sudbury now. The Petro-Canada chargers, other than the one in Rivière-du-Loup, have been working awesome. 97% from 3% in 37 minutes. Wawa, Ontario, at the Petro-Canada station, and we're pretty happy.
We were getting as high as 156 kilowatts off this charger. It's pretty crazy. Number 1, number 2, they all work. So.
No, that's
and
great.
number 3, it's around 11 o'clock p.m. So
yeah, so
yeah, they're all good.
We only had one small hiccup, I think. What was that?
The second charger of the day. We were expecting up to 150 kilowatts of a new charger, and we actually got about almost 50, and then it dropped down to about 12. So that's not what we were expecting, but you know. About 11:30, we're about to depart Wawa, Ontario, heading north towards Thunder Bay, and we've been driving for a few hundred kilometers, and you'll notice that these chargers are on, the Tesla chargers down the road are on, and if you spin around, you will notice that no lights at any gas station are on along the whole few hundred kilometers. So in essence, if you want security when you're traveling, electric is definitely the way to go because it's open 24/7.
It's around 2 o'clock in the morning in Terrace Bay. I thought we would try the IB system, and I had tried the IB system before, but this time my credit card payments didn't authorize, even though my credit card is totally fine. And it took me about, I don't know, a good 5-10 minutes to even find the charger. It's the first time I've been here, and it definitely wasn't easy to find. And once I got here, it just took another 10 minutes to get it going. And normally IV is like, you get it started like within 30 seconds. But this time we've had some issues. But it's going now, and we're just gonna get enough juice in the battery to get to the Petro-Canada, where we're gonna get a 150 kilowatt charge. That'll take us to maybe even as far as Ignace, but we may probably stop in Thunder Bay to get a really another 80% charge, and that will only take like 15-20 minutes with 150 kilowatts, as the Ivy ones are only 50 kilowatts. 10:39 on Thursday, and we just finished charging up in Kenora, and we're on our way to Winnipeg. You're looking smart today there, Kent.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Last night was one of my best night's sleep. I was like solid gone, and you had a great night's sleep as well. And I think it kind of catches up to you. We have no choice. You're going to be zonked out. Should be getting to Winnipeg just under 2 hours from now, heading to Regina, and we should be in Regina sometime early evening. By late tonight, possibly early in the morning, we'll be in Calgary. Yeah, baby. We're in Manitoba. And look at the road just changes like that. We were going through our timelines. We were figuring, you know, we could possibly be in Vancouver as early as for early Friday morning, because we're going to be in Calgary on Thursday night, and we could easily make it to Vancouver on, you know, like Friday, you know, late afternoon or early afternoon, like around 1 or so, and grab a ferry to Victoria and be there Friday after late afternoon, like 7 o'clock. And I looked at my schedule. I said, how could that be? And sure enough, I made a mistake on the schedule. I had one day, I only put down like 1 hour of activity, and I didn't realize that, and I made the next day like a whole another day. And that's why it was like out by 24 hours. It looks like we're going to be in Victoria late in the afternoon or early evening tomorrow. Can you believe that? That's Friday. What's that, 17th? That's crazy.
Possibly.
At the Petro-Canada station, we got our full charge and we got our showers. How was the shower? How was that shower, man?
That's what $1 million feels like, right there.
Cruising into Calgary, we have not an incident really, but we do have a little bit of excitement since our trip has been kind of excitement free. Not totally.
Right now we have about 41 kilometers left in the battery, and then down here we have 26 kilometers to the charger. So I've been just hypermiling to basically create more energy. So I took it from a buffer of 12 kilometers and took it up to 20 kilometers from 12, which really gives you almost twice the buffer. And now that we're a little bit closer to the site, we can speed up a little bit. We've got some extra energy.
Well, thanks for putting my mind to rest. Or at ease, I should say. That's great.
Yeah.
And the charger that we're going to is Electrify Canada, and it's near the airport.
And we're hoping they have their 350 kilowatt, right?
Well, we can't use the 350. We can only use up to 150, but we can use the 350. But last time I checked it, and I actually used the chargers there, it was flawless. It was great. Well, we had a successful charge at Electrify Canada. Kent knows a shortcut to get back to the Trans-Canada from where the chargers were. And we actually have to drop some luggage off at your house, right?
Drop some weight off, yep.
Yeah, get rid of some weight, and you had to pick up some contacts too, I think. And it's literally on the way.
Yeah, it's on the shortcut.
7 a.m. We're leaving Calgary. We've got enough juice to make it almost all the way to Golden, but we're going to stop in Canmore at the Electrify Canada station. We're going to be level 3 high speed all the way. Kent's been doing most of the driving earlier this morning. We're all excited because today's the last day. Yeah!
Might be a late one, but it'll
be late, but we're gonna be able to do this in less than 5 days.
We're just pulling on to the freeway here in about 1 minute. Well, whatever you can throw together is awesome.
And he knows that we're leaving Canmore right now.
A latte would be good. Yeah. Do you want a latte?
No. No, thank you. I'm fine.
No, just another latte. Yeah, a latte for me, please. Yeah.
Thank you.
The second Banff exit, I'll pull off, right? And then I'll go up to the top of the hill. Or I'll go up to the top of the bridge.
Nice to see you, Kent. It's been a while.
Really nice to meet you.
I'm sorry for the loss of Marianne.
Oh, thank you, thank you.
It's such an honor to be able to meet you guys here as you're going across the country.
Yeah.
Woo-hoo! Here's the...
Oh, that's great.
It's the voting period, so we like to say in Banff, let's rock the vote.
Thank you very much.
2 more things.
All right.
Here's 2 freshly grilled breakfast sandwiches from the Wildflower. And here's 3 different species of mountain sage to give you a safe drive. I thought it'd match your color of your car, and some fresh washed berries in here.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Peter.
Now I gotta take a little
photo.
Picture
of
this.
sure. Yeah,
for you there too.
had to stop for, I don't know, not even 2 or 3 minutes. But, you know, when you're going across the country, there's bound to be construction, and you have to, you know, allow for some delays. And so we had a bit of a delay, but not too bad. And in the summertime, if we did this trip in the summer, the volume of cars would be probably, I don't know, 5 times more. What do you think, Ken?
10 times.
10 times more, yeah. So that means we can, you know, one of the strategies that we had was to do this trip after Labor Day. And so that's why we did it when we did it. The position where we are right now is we're getting very close to Golden, BC. We're actually probably 5 kilometers from the entry to the town, and a brand new charging station from Electrify Canada. I don't know exactly when it was opened, but it's got to be within the last few weeks. So we're going to be charging there, and the charge time shouldn't be too long. I'm going to say 20 minutes at the most, and then our next stop won't be till Salmon Arm, BC. 9:49 daylight time. We're heading into Rogers Pass. It is named after Captain Rogers. I forgot his first name. He's one to discover the pass, actually through the Selkirk Mountains, for the CPR, Canadian Pacific Railway. This was a very difficult task to even find it, number one, and then to get through it with the CPR Railroad. One of the things that they had an issue with in the wintertime was snow. This area gets more snow than almost any area in the world. The snow would be coming over the railway tracks. They had to build snow sheds, and they actually have an underground tunnel that I think is about 11 kilometers long. For the traffic for cars, they use these snow sheds that we're going through right now.
Friday afternoon in Salmon Arm, and it's the mad EV crazy drive from St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, BC. And one of the people that inspired me to do a trip like this was this man standing right here. Before I did any trips, I saw in a some sort of post, and I saw your bolt right here that had this big huge Viva sticker on it, and I joined up to Viva right away, and now I meet you in person, Nick. So good to see you.
Let's go have beer.
Yeah, let's go have a beer.
Honored to meet you.
My pleasure.
Yes.
And my
yes.
You're one of my heroes. There you go.
Well, this is an amazing trip, and I thank you very much for having the honor to park our 2017 Bolt next to your brand new hot rod there.
It's 2 years old now.
Wow. And you left Newfoundland on Monday.
Monday morning, 9:30.
It's Friday, 12:30, 1 o'clock now, 1:30?
Yeah. See, the first time it was about making it. So they did it 2 years ago, and it was about just getting across. Now the infrastructure is so good, it's not a challenge at all. Before it was a challenge. Right. And especially for you, because you did it even before me.
Well, I'm thinking that this is really something special. Thank you to you guys for having me down for the day. And I look forward to meeting you guys in Victoria.
It was a real treat that Bruce and his wife Susan, longtime members of the Vancouver Electric Vehicle Association, drove their EV to Hope to meet with Kent and I for our final charge and push towards our ultimate goal of mile zero in Victoria. After a quick coffee while my Audi was charging, we were on our way, with Bruce escorting us all the way to the Victoria Ferry. It was a good thing, as there was a massive traffic jam on the Trans-Canada. Bruce took us off the highway, where we took a backroads detour, which allowed us to arrive in plenty of time at the ferry terminal.
At the start of the trip was when I went into City Hall, because kilometer zero is right at the St. John's City Hall, right out front. And inside there was a big, image of Terry Fox and his story. And we were talking to Bill, this security guy there that was there when Terry Fox took off. And, he said, here's this kid with one leg, and he wants to, run across the whole country in a very short period of time. And he goes, he didn't know how anyone could even make it to the next city. And yet Terry did, and he hit a lot of other cities after that. And he got halfway across the country before he caught pneumonia, and that pretty much was the end of it. But
well, his cancer had spread
yeah.
to his lungs. I couldn't have had a more perfect co-pilot than you. When you said that you would be interested in being my co-pilot, first of all, I really didn't think that was, I'm like listening to reality, because you're my hero. Mm-hmm. You've done so much. People don't recognize you for nowhere near what you should be taking credit for. And to have you as my co-pilot is a dream come true. So just want to let you know that.
I appreciate that very much. It was the final barrier to allow people to believe they can travel quickly and long distances. And you know, they've been able to travel long distances for 10 years, but not as quick as what they can today. And it really will change the viewpoint of people pertaining to electric cars. I just wanted to make sure that I could support you as much as I could, and make sure that I could add my decade worth of experience to make sure that the trip went perfect in as many ways as possible.
I mean, we made it safely.
We did, like just a little cut in the one tire, and that's pretty amazing on that route.
Yeah, it was a half an inch little minor cut. It took us 4 days, 18 hours and 30 minutes, and that including all the ferry travel time, waiting in ferry lineups, getting off the ferry, which had nothing to do with the driving, but the time that we're just mentioning includes all the ferry times.